Hi guys, thank you for coming. I know you've signed the attendance sheet at the front desk, so we can get down to the business of learning more about your role in performance management. I'm just going to hand you around some little cheat sheets here. Have a wee look at them.
Thank you.
Make sure you, while we're talking, have a reasonable understanding, or good understanding actually, of what's on them. I'm not sure how much you've ever been involved in this process before, but it's one that we undertake regularly to keep our performance standards up, to keep our safety standards up in the workplace. And what do you know about this organisation's performance management system? Very little. Well, that's good. Performance management is a very important tool for managing the workplace and the people in it. It gives us an insight as to how well the people that work in our departments can do their job, how safely they can do their job, and the quality of the output of their job. So whatever they're producing, whether it be a goods or a service or whatever it is, it needs to be monitored so that our quality is either maintained or raised through standards. And the only way that we can maintain these standards or make sure that our standards are adequate for what we're doing is to review them, so that people that started work with us 10 years ago aren't still performing at the same level they were 10 years ago when everything else has moved forward. Some of these measurements have to do with the quality of the organisation and the product that we're outputting. Some of them have to do with legislative requirements. We have to be legal in our safety requirements in the workplace. We have to make sure that our workers are safe and that the product that we're producing is safe and of the right quality. And ensuring the workplace is a safe workplace is a legal requirement. The other thing that we need to do when we're going about the workplace, just even as a general thing, is to ensure that they understand their role. The people that we've got working for us, when they walk through the front door, how well do they know their role? Do they know that they have to be covered from head to foot in the right safety equipment to keep them safe? Do they know what kind of product is going to be delivered at the other end of their role? Do they understand the requirements to not only be safe in the workplace but also to be appropriate in the workplace? Have we had negative feedback about their attitude? Have we had negative feedback about not only their performance but their attendance? It's all those sorts of things that come into performing a review. It's an overall picture of what the employee is doing in the workplace. When we're looking at what they're doing and how safe they are and how they're performing their role and the quality of the product that is coming out the other end, whether it be a goods or a service, have they had adequate training? Do we know they've had adequate training? Is there documentation to back that up? When we're looking at doing a review, we should also have a good idea of what's gone in before we've done this review. So have a look through their files, have a look through, ask them about their qualifications, get some feedback about how they feel about their training. Do they feel they've been adequately trained? Do they feel safe in the workplace? Do they feel that if something went wrong, they would know who to talk to and how they might go about problem solving? So while you've got the opportunity, ticking off the basics of the review that you've got on your cheat sheet, so the way that they perform their role, their attitude towards their role, the importance of safety while they're performing their role, the way that they talk and interact with their colleagues. Make sure that they also are happy with the training that they've received, and if they feel that they need more training, or they feel they could be better supported, or they feel that in some way the workplace could be improved, make sure that while you've got the opportunity, get the feedback from them, talk to them. Sometimes it's not the fault of the employee that they're not performing their role well, sometimes it's the fault of the employer. Maybe we've overlooked some things, maybe they've been covering things up because they don't want to be seen as a poor performer, and so while we're doing this review we find all these other issues that actually they just need to be addressed and they need to be looked at, and these people need to be better supported. So anyway, all of these reasons are really good reasons actually for doing performance reviews at least once a year, if not more. and making sure that everybody is on the same level. People that need a bit more help or a bit more support are getting it. People that are very good at their role maybe have an opportunity to teach others or mentor others, or an opportunity to maybe move forward in their workplace, in their department. So on the checklist that you've got there, that I've also got here, you will have basic boxes and things to be ticked on their uniform, their safety equipment, i.e. their shoes, their goggles, all the other bits and pieces. You all work in different departments, so the safety aspects of your department are going to be slightly different. The safety aspects of you, whose employees are working on the floor putting things together, is going to be different to the safety aspects of your employees who are in an office and leaning over a fax machine, that sort of thing. So when we're looking at your department, we're looking at all the things that are on your sheets, your shoes, and your cheat sheets are sort of individualised so that it's appropriate for your department. Some of the things on your cheat sheets are quite specific. So in your department, it's quite specific as to the performance that your staff need to give, and the same with you, and the same with you. So in your office department, your telephone answering needs to be appropriate and it needs to be professional. In your department, telephone answering really isn't much of an issue. So in your department, more it is a safety issue and it's a quality control issue. Your product at the other end needs to be up to our standard, and they need to have followed the right policies and procedures along the way to make sure that they are safe and perform that role well, and you've got all those sorts of details on there. There are options on the bottom of those sheets so that you can give feedback to your management, which would be me and would be your immediate management. If these people that you're doing the reviews on you feel are not up to par, or maybe are up to par, or even possibly could be looking at doing something a little bit more challenging, then these are the sorts of things that you need to talk to your managers about and document on the bottom there, so that when it comes to review time, or when we're needing to review this person overall, we've got a really good picture of how they perform in the workplace at the moment, areas that could be improved, areas that they're actually doing quite well in, and possibly even areas that they could move into. If they are exceptional in their role, if they are exceptional in the way that they interact with their colleagues, then maybe they would be a good person to mentor or train other people as they come through, junior people as they, so that they can learn. Okay, so particularly important when we're doing performance reviews, any sort of performance management, any time where we're providing feedback or we're looking at the quality of the person's performance, is privacy, confidentiality, being diplomatic and respectful towards the person that you're dealing with at the time. So if you have feedback, whether it be positive, negative, discuss it with the person in a private place somewhere else. Most people are going to review differently because they'll have different ways of approaching their role. Basically, the outcome will be the same, but the performance will be different. If you need help or support from management in dealing with the person, if there's a negative issue, then you need to go to your manager in your department and have a chat to them about the situation that you found, and then approach them that way. They'll know what to do. Make sure that you document things as diplomatically as you can, but also very accurately, because at the end of the day, if we do need to address something that's come up within this review, it's going to need to be addressed accurately. We need to know exactly what the problem is so that we can fix it. Later, after you've done the review, if you need to give feedback to the employee, go somewhere private so that you can talk to them, so that they can ask you questions and you can provide feedback. They can provide feedback to you, and you get you'll have a better rapport with the employee. But also, it's actually a legal requirement to maintain their privacy and their confidentiality in all of this. So we're going to start doing most of these reviews in the next few weeks. It's going to take some time. If you have other commitments and that sort of thing, you're going to need to do some time management to make sure that you can fit these people in, but give them the time and the respect that they deserve to properly show how they perform their role. If you've got any questions, give me a call. My phone number's on the bottom of the sheet there. Your managers are really good people to talk to because they need the feedback. They also need to know how well people are performing their roles in their departments and that sort of thing too. So, does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and you know where to go if you have any questions or you've got any issues that are raised. Good. Okay. All right. So feedback. We'll start this in a few weeks. There'll be memos and things coming out to let you know. And once the performance reviews are underway, we'll catch up again to make sure that everybody's okay and getting on with it, and there hasn't been any major problems. And then we'll do another review on all of that at the end of it, and maybe we can improve things for next time, or maybe it worked out, but we'll find out. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.